Anti-Afro Svengalis. I'm coming on here to let you all know I was working on a video about Umar Johnson, actually an update, some update and some new information on an issue. However, during the course of that update, trying to finish up that video, I ran across other information, which I'm going to tell you about. It's a lawsuit that was filed in Newcastle County, Delaware, and it's the person who claimed Umar owes him money for work. At this point, I don't remember if it was $2,000 or $3,000, one of the two. This person has filed a lawsuit against Umar April the 6th of this year, 2021. The addresses and phone numbers are showing on the document. I elected to redact that information. You're welcome to go and verify this information is in the actual court records. It would not be any sort of violation of privacy because these are public documents. Nonetheless, you're free to go and look up the information. The link is in the bottom. And at this point, this lawsuit that was filed is being reviewed by Judge Danberg. So it is being looked at, and it is for breach of contract. And I think when this was all going on, like when it first started, when this was first put out there was some talk about IDs and contracts and all that. A lot of misinformation was given about you must have an ID, you must have a contract to get paid. Legally, to work as an employee, you have to submit the I-9 documents. We all know that. That's to work as an employee. We know all the time that employers across this country are fined by the Immigration Service of the U.S. because they knowingly hire people who either are undocumented or don't have the proper documents, but they are documented or U.S. citizens through whatever means, or legal residents with the right to work. And so, yes, you must have an ID if you're going to work as an employee. If you're going to work as an independent contractor, the legitimate sanction process is through the W-9 form. That's the document that is supposed to be filled out. If a person doesn't have the Social Security number, they can still submit your name to the government to let the government know that they paid you. You're responsible for making those wages, shouldn't say wages, those payments known to the government. There is no law that says if you don't give me your ID, I don't have to pay you. I'm just making that statement. As far as the details about what went on, I have no idea. I can't speak to that, but I can speak to the fact that you do not need a formal sit down at the table, write on this paper, let's do a handshake, here's my ID before I get paid. People who are undocumented here illegally and work and do not get paid, they have the legal right to file claims with the labor board. They have a legal right to file lawsuits in court. They do, and they have prevailed. So that has nothing to do with whether or not you have an ID. If a person has performed a duty, they have a legal right to be reimbursed for that. Whether or not that occurred, that is going to be up to a court. Now, people file lawsuits all the time. Do they go forward with them? Some do, some don't. So this would just be a first step. Number one, the judge is going to have to determine, is this a potentially valid claim to the point where the court is going to take the time to hear it. It did occur. A lawsuit was filed in Newcastle County on April the 6th. I'd be interested in knowing what's going to happen with this case for lots of reasons. Umar has lots of legitimate legal processes going on at this time. This is one of them. Decisions are being evaluated as to the disposition of multiple legal situations. As I stated in one of my previous videos, recent videos, when it becomes heated and the pressure is mounting, and this is another anti-fraud warrior advantage. A true anti-fraud warrior advantage knows Umar Johnson's habits. I never met Umar, never want to meet Umar, but he's very predictable. That's what I know. That's what true anti-fraud warriors know. Because we know what's happening with Umar away from these hyena yelping, demonstrative, trying to make like everything is okay. And let's get straight. He doesn't have to come and say anything. He has not any obligation to come and rattle off everything that's going on in his life. But he did collect money under nonprofit status, and the form of disclosure about the financial information is regulated by law. It doesn't say you have to come on and tell people on a camera, but there is a form of disclosure that is required by law, and it doesn't matter if you've donated money or not. Stay tuned. As I've stated before, I'm going to continue bringing the facts. This was a little detour because I had no idea this was going on, and I just happened upon the information. In the meantime, keep your head up. You know the drill. Buyer beware.